Hi, I'm Lisi the High Priestess, and you can find me on Lisi the High Priestess on TikTok. You can find me on Lisi.HighPriestess86 on IG. Lisi's World on TikTok for my other talents. Lisi the High Priestess 2 por TikTok y YouTube Español para mi gente latina. YouTube, press like, subscribe, notification with the notification bell. You can get my lives. If not, you have to wait 12 hours. I tell unique stories that will not resonate with everyone. The purpose of the story is to teach you something. Throughout the story, I tell general, I channel. Okay, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right, so I get the Two of Cups and the Page of Wands. This is young love, young puppy love. There's two young kids meeting up. All right, I feel like two people are watching them. Also, I feel like someone's saying, like, I grew up with them. They're a childhood friend. This is my childhood friend. All right, you may know someone that is your childhood friend, and ever since you know them, they could be a fuckboy, because the Page of Wands, that's my fuckboy card. All right. The Eight of Swords. I've known them since they were young. They've always been like that. They've always been a fuckboy is what I hear. The Five of Pentacles. They're not willing to change. The Queen of Wands. Okay. Okay, because the boy right here, he's still acting like a fuckboy, but this woman, as she grew up, she knows what to do with her sex. She knows a lot about her sexual drive. She's very, like, seductive. You know what this also calls? Like, I'm paying attention to. Here's the Three of Cups. And then there's the 10 of Cups. And then there's the Five of Cups. There's a lot of fives coming out. All right. And I'm going to tell you what I saw. So I was watching this performance with Peso Pluma and this one other girl, which I happen to like her music, but I kind of don't like the way she her performances. And the reason why I don't like her performances is because she looks like she's you know what, let me shut up. Well, anyways, Peso Pluma recently did a live performance with her, right? And his girlfriend, at this time, he's dating this girl, Nikki Nicole. Big fan of her. All right. And Nikki Nicole doesn't tend to dress very provocative. I mean, she did at the VMAs when she was with her man, but she doesn't dress that prerogative. Like on her videos, a lot of her videos, she's dressed down. She wears a lot of loose clothing. I like that about her. I think it's pretty dope. You know, that she can actually like broadcast her talent without showing too much of her body. But the girl that was performing with Peso Pluma, she always, even on her videos, she dances like she's gonna fuck you. I feel like she doesn't know, like, that could come off very disrespectful to someone. Like, if you're performing with somebody else's man, that could come off very disrespectful. Well, anyways, in the performance that they had, she was damn near dry humping Nikki's man in front of her. And she had to pretend like she was okay with it because, I mean, we're performers, right? And I'm saying we because I'm a performer too. So when people are performing, you have to accept that that's a talent, right? But the faces that she was making while she was dancing, it was almost like the faces that someone will make, like, ha ha ha, I'm flirting with your man in front of you, and you can't do nothing about it because we both can say it's just a performance. Get over it. You do it too, which is not necessarily true. There's a lot of performers that choose not to perform in that way. For example, and I'm going to reference Kiki Palmer and Usher. The way Usher was performing with Kiki Palmer. And, you know, Usher was doing this with his residency in Vegas. He was actually doing this. A lot of people were going up to him, and he was just very seductive with every woman that came his way. And Kiki Palmer, you know, had a blast with it. And, you know, I'm going to say all allegedly, but, you know, it all came out. Her man was not having it. He did not like it at all. Nikki Nicole hasn't came out with anything, but the cameras were zooming in on her face. No, you give a fuck about someone. What do you mean that doesn't make me jealous? What do you mean I'm not gonna feel some type of way? Are you telling me you couldn't find any kind of boundaries? You didn't talk to this chick and tell her not to get that fucking close? I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not trying to start no shit because I'm a big fan of Nikki and Peso Plumo being together. But I feel like someone with the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, even though someone right here, you know, comes off as a fuckboy, they're in a relationship with a very like beautiful woman, right? And here comes all these women dancing around this man because they know that this person has a very beautiful woman. I constantly say that I cannot stand when certain women do that kind of stuff. Like you see a successful woman and you get to meet their mate, and all of a sudden you want to take their mate because you know that woman is successful. You know that woman doesn't just choose anybody, and the fact that she chose that man, that's the only reason why women will want that man, is because that successful woman chose that man. If it was a different man, they wouldn't even pay that man no attention, but they're paying attention to the man that woman is with because that woman is successful, and deep down inside they want to be that woman. So what better fucking challenge to have than to take her fucking man and say, ha 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 ha, I took your man and you're not that successful, because if you were, you would learn to keep your fucking man. Your man will want to be kept by you. But totally dismiss the part of I am seducing your man to try to take him from you. This is Gemini reading, right? Puts people on all positions. The man that's innocently just trying to perform, the woman who's intentionally antagonizing his girlfriend, the girlfriend who is pissed the fuck off because she feels like the man should put more fucking boundaries, because these bitches they come a dime not a dime a dozen, they come by a dozen. These kind of women come by a dozen. And what happens when a woman is just as successful as you, wants the same man that you're with? We're talking about a group of successful people. The Knight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. But man, I didn't touch that girl. The Hangman. Now I'm putting in a fucking weird spot, a weird position with my partner. The Chariot and the Knight of Cups. Like, what am I supposed to do? The Three of Pentacles. We're just working together. You know, what am I? And the other person's like, what am I supposed to do? Just close my fucking eyes every time you're getting a hard on right in front of me? Let me tell you another story. Throughout my break, I'm going to tell you a couple of stories that I saw throughout my break. I got to see Yaleen and Tisaki 69 get into a big old argument. The argument had everything to do with that he was looking at another woman's ass. So she got real abusive with Tisaki 69, Tashaki, or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know. And she was all pissed off about it. But let me tell you about these tables and the way that they turn. The guy that she had a baby with, her baby's dad, is Anuel. And Anuel was in a very happy relationship with Carol G. Now I'm going to say all allegedly. And it was all fun and games when she was taking that fucking man. The same tactics that Tisaki 69 was all, got curious and looked at another ass, and she started to go all back crazy. You know, she went all back crazy because that's the same way that she got her baby daddy. She was shaking her fucking ass and her pussy for another woman's man, and he fell for the trap, and she took him, got pregnant by him, and then left his ass because he had a wandering eye. And now that she got her own man and her own merit, she didn't have to snatch that man up from anybody. Now she sees her man doing the same thing that the last man, her baby dad, did with her when they were creeping around behind Carol G's back. Karma's a motherfucker, right? And it'll fuck with your mind. Now, we're gonna and I'm sorry to use Cardi B, but I'm gonna use Cardi B as a reference here. Okay. Cardi B is married obviously to Offset for a long time or whatever, and there has been so many rumors since they've been together, right? And Cardi B is infamous for always shaking her ass and stuff like that, Let's say allegedly, and I'm not judging anybody. But what happens when somebody starts shaking their ass for your husband? You can shake your whole ass for the whole world, and any random person can just click onto your profile and watch you shake your ass. And when finally a woman gets up close and personal with that man and shakes their ass, then it becomes a problem. But when you're doing it for the whole fucking world, it's not a problem. But when someone gets up close and personal and does it, then there's a problem. Now, I'm not judging the relationship. There's so many reasons why we're entertainers, including me. We're entertainers. So you do understand that we can't just be with anybody, right? Because anybody can take that your lifestyle as a form of disrespect. The way that you carry your talents and the way you broadcast it to the world can give a different signal to the person that you're with. I'm saying that celebrities aren't meant to be with anybody, just anyone. You're just not meant to be with anyone because people will find offense in everything and anything that you do. You wear the color blue, they're not gonna fucking like it. You wear if you show too much cleavage, you're trying to get attention. Like there's no winning. And you know what's crazy is that like people will really want what the fuck you have just because you obtain a certain position in life. And they're willing to throw that shit in your face. Even though they're not half as successful as you are. Being around the person you have actually earned rightfully and they take it, oh my god, they will go to hell, high hell and water to take that shit from you and then feel some kind of fucking way when people do them the same fucking way. For example, Yaleen. What, you really thought that man was going to be faithful to you after you took him from another woman? Get the fuck out of here. And you think that you paid your fucking karma because you left him? That's not how it works. But now you're paying karma for the shit that you did. And now I don't hate that girl. I don't hate that girl. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that this is the fucking truth. And if you don't like the fucking truth, then don't look at it. Close your fucking eyes then. But we're all watching the shit that happens right in front of us. It's a pinche telenovela. And we all want to act, oh, I didn't do nothing. Oh, no. Lisi ain't perfect at all. Lisi never claims to be no fucking saint. And that's why sometimes I just take shit with my chin up. Because, I know how it feels. I've been there, done that. I played so many different roles in life, honey. I just be like, it is what it is, baby. All right? If that motherfucker can be taken, then be happy with what you took, baby. Because there's so many of them out here. If it's that easy to be replaced, there's so many men out. They kind of bitches. They're a dime. Not a dime a dozen. They're a dozen. There's so many women that think like that. It's that fucked up mentality. And then when someone actually respects themselves, they're already conditioned to think that you're taking my man. Oh no, bitch. That shit comes from the shit you fucking dish out to the world. Now I'm gonna speak in general. I cannot stand a bitch acting all fucking like, oh my god, poor me. But what did you put out there? Some of us play too much with our talents. Being single is one thing. Being in a relationship, you do got to carry yourself very differently. You do have to give a fuck about your mate. You do. One thing is being a mogul, a famous person, whatever. That man, there's celebrities out here that you don't know none of their fucking business, none of it, because they make sure that it doesn't get out there. They're not going to be disrespecting their mate in front of everyone. And if they are, there's people out here that will go a long mile to make sure their significant other doesn't ever feel like they're the other woman or the other man. We don't have to promote it. We don't have to dance it around in front of everyone and publicly humiliate everyone. Let me, for example, Marilyn Monroe and J.F. Kennedy, and I'm going to say, allegedly, these are true people. The way that he would parade Marilyn Monroe in front of everyone. And his wife, I believe they were in a contracted marriage, but even though it was a contracted marriage, the wife had enough of his shit. It would be one thing if he was keeping it under wraps, But it's another thing to constantly be publicly humiliating me, and then I have to come out with my truth and tell people, hey, I'm only here for the money and the status. That alone even humiliates a woman, because it's like, damn, you're not even doing this for love. You're doing this for money, and then you become a gold digger. And then, hey, and that's why he runs around like that, because it's not true love. All I know is when people get in these relationships with people that live that certain lifestyle, you need to be aware of about what you want out of life and what you want out of your mate. Be very clear of what you want about two things that happen between two people, because there could be plenty of misunderstandings. I would highly suggest that one of the first things that you have with a person, especially a celebrity, is how are you going to respect me publicly? That should be number one question.